Podcast.
And we are the Loxecutioners. We're going to be eating lightning and talking thunder and power bombing you right in the ear holes today.
Welcome to the Eat, Slay, Live podcast.
And we are the Loxecutioners. We're going to be eating lightning and talking thunder and power bombing you right in the ear holes today.
Welcome to the Eat, Slay, Live Daily Grow with myself, Todd Locks, the People's Champ. A theme song so good we have to play it twice. Anyway, today on here, which we do periodically, we do our Thunderdomian Spotlight. And what the Thunderdomian Spotlight is just one of our regulars that attends our workouts here. Today we have on she's a graphic designer. She's an artist. She's an all-around cool chick and badass. Her name is Kelly Lee. She's made some real life-changing decisions. Changed her path in life a lot since I've known her. So we're going to bring her on today. We're going to kind of get her story. What's up, Kelly Lee?
Hi. How are you?
I think people are always first confused. Is Lee your last name or your middle name?
Lee is my middle name.
Is your middle? Yeah. See, anyway. I don't know. So I'm going to bring up a little video here before we get started. It's you just doing things that we do here at down here at the Thunderdome. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up here. Hopefully this works. That wasn't loud at all. Anyway, Kelly Lee, welcome to the show. That's a great video of you though, looking good, doing what you do.
Thank you. You did some good camera work there.
Oh, that's what I do. Generally, it's just recording myself. But anyway, let's get a little bit about you. Where are you originally from? Just tell us a little bit of general information about you.
I am originally from a little bit north of Chicago.
What's the name of the town, city, village, whatever?
Lake Bluff, Lake Forest.
Gotcha.
So it's about 20 minutes south of the border of Wisconsin, like right on the lake. So I was there for about 18 years, and then I went to Mizzou. For graphic design. I was there from 08 to 12, and then was in Columbia, Missouri for about a year, and then I moved out to St. Louis in like 2014, so about 10 years ago.
How did that happen? You moved to St. Louis?
I actually was working in retail. I was managing some shops in retail, and I had an opportunity to run and manage some stores out in St. Louis, and I knew I had to get to a bigger city to get my graphic design to the next level, so I took the opportunity and moved to St. Louis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring up this. We had you come down and with Full Deck. We had you come down and I said, hey, do something you want to with Full Deck on this this dry erase board. And I'm just going to bring this video up real quick. All right. So Kelly from Full Deck came down to Pride, and this is a big 4x8 dry erase board that we have in the Thunderdome. You can see using knuckles for reference of size. She did this with a dry erase marker. That's amazing. You just did that with a dry erase marker, like freehanded it, right?
Yep.
Now, have you always been artistic? Like, were you born just like able to draw and things like that?
Yeah, I realized I always loved to draw. And when I was younger, I wanted to be like a comic book artist. But then I realized that you had to draw the same thing over and over and over again. So I got into a career where I can copy and paste. So
Gotcha.
I don't have to draw too much. But yeah, I've always been artistic. And then I got into graphic design in high school. And then I started freelancing when I was 18 and just loved it. I fell in love with it.
I'm always asking you to some of the strangest, like, use your abilities for the strangest things down here, like draw tattoos on the GF or like some shoe. Remember, I got Chief Wells some shoes and had you paint on them. And we did a stocking over Christmas.
Stocking, yeah.
You
hey,
really,
it comes in handy.
You really can do anything. So how did you end up at Pride Fitness, and how long ago was that? I know you were at the old place.
I actually never went to the old place.
You did
No.
not. Yeah.
No. So this March it'll actually be 2 years.
2 years.
So I went with Rachel. She kept on talking to me. She's been going to Pride for about 8 years, I believe. And she kept on being like, you should come, you should come. I was in a pretty unhealthy relationship and I was like, no, I didn't want to go. And then when that ended, finally decided to go. Yeah, and this March it'll be, so in a week or so, it'll be 2 years. And been going like 5 days ever since. Yeah.
You first started out at Circuit, right?
Yes. Yeah. I first started out with Circuit and I was going Tuesdays and Thursdays and I fell in love with it. And then I knew I wanted to do a little more. But Saturday was nervous for me because I didn't have a partner. But I just decided to go one day. And I ended up partnering with Cammie, who is now one of my best friends that I met. And she's the one that got me into women's weightlifting and got me to sign up for the women's weightlifting. And I mean, it's just been awesome since. I mean, I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. So.
And you and Cammie are an amazing team. Like you guys both are just so freaking strong. It's sometimes when I'm working out and I'll think about, like, say I'm doing squats and I'll think about the weight you guys did. I'm like, oh man, it's like, cause you guys lift some heavy freaking weights.
It's awesome. I mean, especially having a lot of women in the class are like that, but Cammie specifically, I mean, she freaking pushes me and we push each other. And that is awesome. I mean, it's so cool.
You know, ladies in our women's weightlifting groups, they don't realize how strong they are, but I always tell them, go up to Leisure Planet Fitness and like you'll see the people there just using the little pink purple dumbbells. And here, man, we got ladies throwing up like 45s and just pressing them for reps and things like that. So it's amazing to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it is cool. It really is.
It is. What do you love about Pride? What do you like about Pride? What kind of keeps you going? What motivates you here?
Honestly, I think the people. And then it's also the progress because I've been sticking with it. I've had a lot of progress in strength and what I can do, hitting PRs, and then I love the people. I mean, half the time you're running around yelling at us because we're not paying attention. And
loudly motivating, Kelly Lee. I like to call that loudly
motivating. Circuit. But I have a blast, and we've been having. It's kind of been more of a community, and I've met so many awesome people there. And it is like if I don't show up for a day, I have at least 2 or 3 people that are like, "You okay?" And that's awesome. The accountability really, because I need that a lot, because I do a lot of work by myself, so I'm alone a lot, so pulling me out of that helps, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's the great thing about a gym like Pride, or there's other gyms like it. Like you meet these people here and then they kind of become part of your life, then all of a sudden when you don't show up, when you're not at weightlifting or you're not at Circuit, people are like, where are you at? Where you been? You know what I'm saying? You get called out, and it's just that accountability and that friendship. And you're both, and I know you and Cam are always pushing each other to just get a little heavier, go up in weights and things like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It really is. That accountability, and then also it's just like very similar mindsets. I'm surrounded by people that are like constantly growing, and with a lot of the changes that I've made in the past couple of years, like that's what I need to surround myself by. And like I've been leaps and bounds learning a lot of things mentally about myself and learning that, and then physically, of course, but just being around similar people is amazing. It really is. And that growth mindset is important.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot with you, and I know you've kind of made this public, like on your Facebook page. So I'm not saying anything that I shouldn't, but like you've quit you quit drinking, you quit smoking, a lot of things like that over in the last, I don't know, couple years like that. So did that come with like your sort of life journey that like you talked about trying to better yourself?
Yeah, so it was about a little over 3 years ago, I decided to quit drinking. It was just a really unhealthy habit. I wouldn't consider myself like an alcoholic or anything. It was just a huge distraction. and I've never really quit anything in my life, and it just wasn't healthy for me. So I quit that, and then about a year into it, that's when I started going to Pride. And then when I was going to Pride, I realized, well, I can't work out this much if I'm going to be smoking.
Right.
So the smoking, and that's something eventually I wanted to quit. I was a weird thing. My college roommate, she said, by the time you're 32, you should quit cigarettes. Don't ask why that age. We have no idea.
It's random.
But yeah. And so I ended up quitting then. And yeah, that's been about 2 years. And it's just, the gym has been a big focus, and it's helped a lot with mental and honestly just being more productive in everything, with work, with, you know, my friends, my energies, everything. It's been such a positive impact. So I think it's a huge part with that. And removing myself, I lived in the city for a while, and it was just an unhealthy area to be for me. And you know, environment is a huge thing. I've read that Atomic Habits books like you have, and they talk about how environment is such a big thing of where you're at. And I removed myself from that, and that helped out a lot for making this transition, and just being in a healthy area helped.
Traded unhealthy friends, unhealthy environment for a healthier environment. I see.
Totally. And I've grown, I can't tell you how much within these past 2 to 3 years compared to like the last 10 years. It's just been, it's cool. Mm-hmm. It's really cool to see. I'm still kind of like, holy crap, this is happening. Like, I'm doing stuff. It's weird.
Now, had you lifted weights or worked out prior to coming to Pride?
Not really. So I've always been athletic. I've played 3 sports since I was 5 years old, all the way up until high school. So I was big in volleyball, basketball, and softball. And then I've played soccer and all that stuff. But I've never lifted weights and had an actual lifting class. And that was, I didn't know how much I loved that. Yeah. But we've never had strength training classes like that. It was always just mostly cardio and stuff. So no, it's been really cool just finding that passion in the past 2 years.
You know, that's one thing I love about my job, is especially with women, and we train more women here at Pride than we do men, which is weird, but it's like, it's awesome that when women discover that they can lift heavy weights, that they can get stronger, that they can use barbells and dumbbells and things like that. 'Cause it's always kind of been bred in them that like, oh, that's for guys, that's for men. But it's always fun to see like a woman like realize how empowering lifting weights can be.
Oh, it's insane. Like, I never thought, like, because there's sometimes, I mean, we're all like this with, you know, certain body images and how we were growing up and all that stuff. But like, I constantly, like, my body's not specifically where I want it to be, but I'm growing and getting it there. And that's the cool part, because anytime I like lift some weights, or if I feel weak, I'm just like, no, remember what you did last week? That was awesome. And like, no one can do some of that stuff. And just kind of like a reminder, and it's this weird, like, little, like, kind of puff in your chest, like, I got this. It's cool.
Right. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm blessed just to see it every day. These you ladies come in and just pushing each other and just feeling strong, and just, you know, someone will get like all of a sudden, like somebody be bench pressing, can't get it, and they'll finally put it up, and everybody starts cheering and clapping for them. It's just it's amazing to see, isn't it?
It's so cool. It really is, because it's like we all don't know each other,
right?
And it's all different. It's all different. Like, trust me, if you were to put me right next to Cammie and like Julie and all of them, it's just like, you wouldn't think I'd talk to any of them, or they would even talk to me. You know,
it's you kind of say that. Well, I mean, you're covered in tattoos. I mean, you're I mean, you are covered in tattoos, and you drive an El Camino. That what's the El Camino's name? El Papi.
El Papi.
El Papi, yeah. So you drive this old El Camino, and then you got Cam, who's your lifting partner, she has 1 or 2 kids.
She's got 2 kids. Yeah, when I met her, she had a big old minivan. Like,
yeah, driving a minivan with 2 kids coming in. Do you know what I'm saying? It's very different, but you're both there with with the same goals and, it's same just to better yourselves, and
Totally.
and all the differences that you come together when you're just trying to be a better version of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like you put aside all the actual like visuality to everything, and it's just like, no, we are here together because we have the same mindset. We're doing this, and that's what brings us together, and that's untouchable, to be honest.
Right. Now, what is your favorite station to do at Circuit, or what's your favorite lift, favorite station? Which ones is yours?
I really, everyone probably knows this. I really like the sledgehammer. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm definitely strong at that, but it's just I go by a hothead because I am a hothead, and I love taking my anger out on that tire.
It's something
Something about it. It's therapeutic. But yeah, I love that. I do love. I'm learning a lot about like rows because uh, I'm just trying to strengthen certain areas in my body, and I love pull downs a lot. So learning a lot of that and techniques and stuff is good. But yeah, I would say sledgehammer is probably my favorite.
Do you have any future goals? Do you have anything like do you keep track of like, hey, this is what I want to do in my life, or do you have anything that you're like just up here, this is where I want to be?
Well, I used to, up until like about a year ago, I was always like month in advance. I never thought anything further than that. But I am about to, for the second time, do 75 hard, starting on the 1st. That's a goal. I've been figuring certain goals. I'm trying to cut weight and then maintain. I'm trying to maintain a really healthy eating habit because that's been a big struggle for me. And 75 hard helped this past spring whenever I finished that. But it was pretty mentally challenging afterwards, because you lost that structure and stuff like that. But I was able to keep the food. So that was really cool. And I was able to maintain the weight and keep it off with not being too strict. So I'm excited to do that again, and kind of go into a different mindset and hopefully have a little bit more positive mindset afterwards, knowing that structure is going to be going away. But other than that, my other goal would be to do a Day of the Dead because I haven't done that yet, and I really want to do that.
That's on me, right?
Yes, Todd. Wink, wink. Let's get that going.
Well, that's a goal of mine. A goal of yours is a goal of mine. God,
goals together, Todd.
Yes, we are. You bring up that 75 hard. Touch the mic. Take a drink. You bring up that 75 hard, and you got these badass women in that group lifting weights and things. But then in true lady fashion, like when you completed 75 hard last time, they brought you in balloons and they had little
so cute.
Right?
Which is so awesome. Cool.
It's awesome that like you have people that like in your lifting group that's so supportive of you, but then when it's they're just doing badass things, but then you get some balloons that didn't have like 75 like the numbers.
It was a big gold like 75, and it was awesome. And a big sign,
little bags with gifts, things like that.
Yeah, I ate a lot of Reese's. They gave me a lot of Reese's after that.
Yeah. I'm just going to go through, read a few comments that people could. Mike Young, good morning, champ. Kelly Lee, great work, Kelly. Christine Grappel, wish I had a fraction of her creativeness. She has a great energy and is definitely a badass. This your girl, Cammie. Woohoo, my girl. Woohoo. Angie Kaiser, love her drawings, creative wonder. Leah Watson, who's in your lifting group. Kelly Lee is my girl crush, kind, creative, and strong. Crystal just put some flexing biceps on here. Sister Sammy, so freaking talented. I say it every time I see her work. I'd give anything just to be able to write my name prettier. Haha. Teresa, badass lady with amazing talent. Carrie Allen, her vibe is just amazing. Even from a distance, you can just feel that she is a great human. someone you just want in your circle. Laura Carr, Kelly, you've come so far. Great job. Candace Snyder, seriously one of the best humans. Jen, glad you had her on. Sister Sammy, again, love to hear her past 75 hard success stories and not the people who learned adapted from it. So a lot of comes, and you know, I think every single person in these comments is from the gym, which is cool. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like
cool.
Talking about building that community of supportive people. You know, you feel like you can do anything and have so many people to lean on, right?
Totally. It's become this community that I can definitely, I mean, even whenever I first started, working out and I was having trouble sleeping and stuff, you helped me figure out like who I could talk to, because I'd never worked out before and I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now. And like, it was crazy. I couldn't sleep. And you're like, hey, I know the people you got to talk to, like come over here. And it was cool.
We hooked up with Laura Burton Davis, who
yes. Yeah, she was a lifesaver. I got to sleep.
Yeah. Shout out to Laura. Before we go, I'm gonna try to bring up that video one more time. I love that video, and I love watching you do that stuff. Let me see if I can bring this up again. Who knows?
I can't hear you.
Feels like the first time every time. You got your sledgehammers in there. You can everything. We hit a little bit of everything in there. We hit some pulls, we hit some presses, we hit some squats, some one-hand snatches. So that's awesome. Hey, I just want to tell you, thanks for being a part of our tribe here. Thanks for doing all the crazy. Hey, can you draw this? Can you paint this? Can you do that? And we have a big thing in the works, a big mural that we're gonna be unveiling soon. Correct?
Woohoo! I can't wait.
I know you're more excited about painting on the wall than I am for doing it.
I'm not texting Todd like every day. It's fine.
Anyway, I know that you talk about people having an impact here on you, but you have a huge impact on people. You have an impact yourself on the people here, just like what a lot of people have said, just with your vibe and your positivity, and you're always encouraging to people. So anyway, thank you very much, Laura Burton Davis, who helped you with your sleep thing, says, love you, Kelly. You're an amazing person. So Sammy, did you mention her talent of drawing fake tattoos? we did. Won me a costume contest. So there we go.
Yeah.
Madeline Early, the whiteboard looks amazing. Can't wait to see the mural. So anyway, hey, thank you for everything you do. One, just helping me here at the gym, and two, just being a positive influence in people and just being a great example of positivity and strength and things like that. Thank you, sister. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. This has been the Eat, Slay, Live Daily Grow with myself, Todd Locks, the People's Champ. Thanks for listening, and thanks for growing with us.